everyone. Thank you for joining us today. I'm Dania from the American Center Tashkent. We continue celebrating Women's History Month with a special edition of Live Talks with two wonderful speakers and leaders of the WomanUp Program, Farangis Mukhammadieva and Nurkhonoy Khayitova. Nurkhonoy Khayitova is a freshman at Technology, Management and Communication Tashkent Institute as and holds a full scholarship to study there. She loves meeting new people and exchanging ideas with them. Therefore, she runs a social club at her university. She has participated in the annual regional debate tournament network Cup 2021 that took place in Bishkek, Kyrgyzstan. She has recently joined the WomanUp family and she's passionate about everything that is aimed at solving gender equality issues in Uzbekistan. Our next speaker, Farangis Mukhammadieva. She's a junior student at Kashi State University and a teacher at Master Class Education Center. She's one of the top 20 enterprising women of the year 2021 and the winner of the speech contest at American Corner in Kashi. Farangis is passionate about giving back to her community by organizing fundraising events at her faculty and offering free lessons for youth from underprivileged backgrounds at Kashkadaria Volunteer School. Farangis is a Woman Up Club and Voice of Girls School participant. As a coordinator of Voice of Girls Club at university, she creates and implements projects on women empowerment and education. With that, I am thrilled to open today's session named Women Lead the Way, and I am giving the floor to you, Farangis and Nurkhonoy. Hello again, and thank you so much for coming today and making this great presentation for us.
Thank you. Hello, everyone. We are so honored to share the information and the knowledge we have gained about gender equality and women empowerment as the participants of Women Up Club. First of all, I'm going to thank to Shahina Bakhromova and the organizers of Women Up Club for giving us opportunity to interact with girls, female, young leaders from different regions of Uzbekistan and learning and growing inside and out together. And through this club, we have learned a lot of things. We haven't just done some book discussions, but also we have been strongly encouraged to build healthy habits and to have healthy lifestyle by doing yoga 3 times a week with Shahina Bakhromova. We have understood that women play a significant role in the development of societies, and women should stop constantly victimizing themselves, sticking to social, cultural, and religious norms, which usually limit our rights, our opportunities. This club is vitally important for every girl to recognize her value, her potential, and her passion, her ambitions. So, to make a long story short, we have empowered ourselves together, and these days we are sharing this positive energy with the people around us.
So, as Farangis said, we were blessed enough to be part of Women Up Club, and during the club, we had some recommendations of books, and the book that appealed to both of us was Women Lead the Way by Linda Tarr. To introduce the book briefly, I should say that it is not just a book, but it's a complete course on how to become a feminist and how to understand the importance of women empowerment right now. So the book is based on 4-decade long experience of the author in this area. So the book is not only full of theories, but there are some strategies, steps, and any recommendations for females and males to understand women empowerment in a better way? Well, I would definitely say that this book is not only for women to read, because males can also learn the significance of women empowerment in society right now. So I should mention that the book is a must-read book for everyone in our society, because the topic of women empowerment is gaining more and more importance day by day. So if you look at our first slide, we can see that the first woman who entered to the Boston Running Marathon at the time. So in the beginning of our speech, you may wonder why we need women empowerment. So this picture can show that actually gender equality looks very ugly, and it can result in very bad consequences as it did in the past. So it is high time to understand and realize the importance of women empowerment right now.
So, why do we need more female leaders? Gender equality plays indispensable role in every field of life. As in the book, it's mentioned that it is more than 10 times it is mentioned that gender equality isn't a zero-sum game. Instead, in reality, it is a win-win game for countries, for societies, for families, and even for males. It's not just beneficial for females. First, well, I think it is why it is important, why female leadership is important in countries. It is beneficial for countries because those countries who are more gender equal are those who scored the highest in happiness scale. And as to the companies which are more gender equal scored the highest in the job satisfaction scale. And as to the families, even it's beneficial for males because males themselves prefer to have partners who can support them both mentally and financially, and who can bring something to the table. And few the more males who like assist their wives with childcare and households are usually less likely to suffer from anxiety and depression, which is usually triggered by heavy workloads and responsibilities on their shoulders. And it's the children who are growing up in gender equal families usually perform better at school, and they can demonstrate higher results than expected. So gender equality plays a vitally essential role in every sphere of our lives.
So, as Farangis mentions the advantages of women empowerment and gender equality, the question may arise, and you may wonder how to achieve gender equality right now. So, while I was reading the book, there are so many strategies about achieving women empowerment and gender equality in society right now. So, the most effective strategy that was very significant for me was a 30% solution. So as the name of the strategy shows that having 1/3 female leaders at organizations, companies, and even in the government can bring so many benefits for them, because females are already proven to look at the problems and from different angles, so they can bring new answers for the questions that hasn't been answered
Yes.
up to now. And I should mention that this strategy has been already used in different countries, including the USA, and all of the countries reported that this strategy worked very well for them. As you can see through the slide, the number of countries that used this strategy made up 189, and all of them had positive results after all. So if you take an example of India, they had problems related to clean water, schooling, and parental care. And in some villages, they used this strategy to uh, solve the problems that I mentioned above. So after using this strategy, the problems were solved effectively, which proves us that this strategy works well even in organizations, companies, and at government. Because when we have females, equal number of female and male leaders, we have more options and more solutions for the problem, so that we can choose the most appropriate one. So the magic of the strategy is based on that.
Yes, we are so grateful to mention here that the female decision makers in Uzbek government, the percentage of female decision makers in our government is more than 30%, and our deputy minister of Senate was Tanzila Narbayeva, who served from 2016 to 2019, and also for those who don't believe in the idea of that, like women can be leaders, presidents, prime ministers, we are going to exemplify some powerful and passionate female leaders throughout the world. In the picture, you can see some role models and some passionate public speakers, politicians, and prime ministers and activists. You can see the picture of Hillary Clinton, and she served as United States like Secretary of the State, and during extraordinary times, during economic recession in 2009, she once said, like, human rights are women's rights and women's rights are human rights. She was true when she mentioned that, when she highlighted this idea. And you can see the picture of Margaret and also Margaret Thatcher, who left her imprints in the pages of a huge history as the Iron Lady. She has done a lot of great things in the development of the United Kingdom. And you can see also the first female chancellor of Germany, like Angela Merkel. She has shown once more that females can be more passionate and compassionate leaders when compared to males. And we have also wanted to highlight our Princess Saida Mirziyoyeva here, because she is doing great things and she is a role model for thousands of Uzbek girls. We are getting inspiration from her speeches and from her actions as a member of Gender Equality Committee in Uzbekistan. We are so proud to have such kind of a gorgeous as well as powerful princess.
Yeah, where we already have enough number of female leaders, so
Yes.
which probably shows that women empowerment works for real. So coming back to the main idea of the book, there are the first five chapters of the book are based on converting readers into leaders, and the next chapters are based on empowering others too, because when we become a leader as a female, it is the beginning of the journey, because when we are leaders, we automatically take the responsibility of helping others and helping them to go through the journey that we did. So lifting as we climb can send very strong message behind these words, because whenever we are leaders, whenever we have power to improve the lives of other females, we should take extra miles to understand them, and we should support them, because in this way the actions and the importance of our actions in this area can be doubled. Lifting as we climb was the motto of National Association of Colored Women at the end of the 19th century, and these words are still important even in our society. That's why these words are the motto of our Women Up Club too. So
Yes.
the whole meaning of this idea is that helping each only by helping each other we can make a bigger change in our society, because only having one female leader in one country or having 10 female leaders throughout the world cannot make a big change, because sometimes quantity plays an important role too. And there is one very beautiful African proverb that says, if you want to go far, go alone. If you want to go far, go together. So if we want women empowerment to last longer and have a bigger influence on the earth, we should take extra steps to encourage others to become leaders as females. It doesn't necessarily mean being a leader or being a dictator. Even being a leader in a family or in a club or in a small group of people can matter, as long as we can set a good example for others. So even if we have read a great book and we make recommend it to our female friend, it can be a part of lifting as we climb theory.
Yes, I support your idea 100% because when we join together, the effect doubles, even triples. And so here we are going to take a simple experiment from the book. Please, everyone, try to close your eyes and imagine a leader. Please imagine a leader. Who do you see? Is the character female or male? We will give you a few seconds to think, to imagine.
Yeah.
And extensive studies show that in the United States, even in the developed country, the visual image for almost everyone is a man. The higher level the leader is imagined to be, the more likely this is to be true. Despite the presence of first women, we are still perceived as outsiders to leadership, sometimes even by ourselves. I think things can be different, can't they? As it's written in the book, women lead the way. The change starts with the power of one. We should start right now, right here. So, dear friends, let's stand up, speak out, and make a difference.
So at the end of the presentation, I really want to mention that just having small presentation about this book cannot be enough, because the book that we are recommending right now is worth reading again and again. There is one beautiful verse that comes from the book. Women are the most underutilized natural resource in the world. So even though it's not really cared about that, this is actual problem right now. We should take advantage of females as leaders, as they are already proven to be very effective in leadership world. And I really recommend each and every one of you to read this book again and again in order to understand the importance of women empowerment, because I know those who are listening to us are right now are future leaders, future presidents, future prime ministers, and HR managers. So please take a look through this book and understand how important women empowerment is, because this knowledge can be really beneficial for you in the future. Thank you for your attention.
Yes, we are so pleased to share the information with you because these books play a significant role to understand our role, our potential, and the power as a female leader. It has changed me a lot in different ways, and I hope that that can bring about even better effect, even better results with you.
Okay, thank you so much for the presentation. Can you tell us about the WomanUp program, about your impressions, and what were your main takeaways from the club, from the WomanUp club?
Can I
Yes.
start?
Sure.
Yes.
Well, I can probably say that joining WomanUp Club was the best thing that happened to me in 2021 because the club really changed me. It showed me the importance of feminism, women empowerment, and it gave me the sense of self-confidence because our coordinator Shahina really helped us to value ourselves and to start believing in our potentials. So after completing the course, as after joining the club, I started having a vision and setting up goals for my future. So I can see that the Women Up Club who transformed me into another person in a positive way, and the club helped me to gain more self-confidence and to have better vision about my future. So, as a female leader who influenced me so much, I would say we read about Hillary Clinton during the book, and we had discussion about that too. So, her life journey reading about her life journey was really interesting for me, and I could mention her as a female leader who I look up to.
Yes.
Thank you. How about you,
And
Farangis?
yes, I am so excited to speak about the outcomes that I have gained from this club, because this club has changed my life to better. Like I have like understood my potential, my power, and I had an opportunity to dig deeper into my lifelong passion, human empowerment, and gender equality. I have met these different girls. We haven't just read books and discussed. We haven't just done some yoga 3 times a week. We also analyze problems that we are facing as females throughout our lives, and also the problems, the issues the women throughout the world are facing, are encountering. And we try to solve the problems. We try to find solutions, both theoretical and practical. We shared ideas, and that was the biggest gain. That was the biggest accomplishment for me. Like I have understood my role, and I have understood my opportunities and responsibilities and rights fully. That club was that club has been so beneficial. Even I didn't know that that could have changed me so much before applying for this program.
Mhm. Great
And
points.
as to the leader who influenced me a lot is Shahina Bakhromova herself, because she has put a good role. She has played. She has showed. She loves like leading by example. She was the person who, she is the person who can influence every girl, who can motivate us, who can even improve our confidence towards ourselves. In the past, I didn't used to value myself. I used to think that I do not deserve the things that I have in my life. But honestly, she has taught me to love myself, to communicate with myself with more respect and appreciation, which has totally changed my life, which has improved my love towards everything, every second. And I am enjoying every minute of my life because of her. She is the person who is my role model, and I'm so happy to spend time with her.
Thank you so much. We have another question from Dilnoza Almardanova. How do you think modern women can play an active role in the modern world and stay feminine and beautiful?
Well, as long as those who look beautiful have self-confidence and they believe in themselves and they believe that they are beautiful. So being a leader gives more confidence for women, I think, and it's already proven. And when we become leaders, we start setting good examples for others. We start believing in ourselves, and as Ferengi said, we start valuing ourselves. And I don't really think that we can differentiate one female from other as beautiful or as ugly. I think everyone is beautiful. Just it takes them some time and some efforts to realize that they are beautiful. So whenever females start believing their leadership, communicational skills, they start looking at themselves and they start appreciating the beauty that they have. So as long as and I think the beauty and female leadership are the things that come together. I don't think that we can separate them from each other.
Thank
Yes,
you.
the thing which makes us extraordinary is our beauty, I think. Outer appearance gives us confidence and also higher self esteem. And we should try to love ourselves, and also the leadership style the world desperately needs is transformative leadership. Like women are like extraordinary. We can make positive change in the world because we are good at problem solving, conflict resolution, and also we have more understanding personality. We try to support one another, we always love one another, and we try to make a change. We can see it from our families. Our mothers try to keep peace in our families, and they are the main peacekeepers and also problem solvers and conflict resolutors. And we are going to take our action. We should take our actions to a higher level by stepping onto leadership style. And our beauty will be something which contributes to our leadership style, which contributes to the influence that we are like spreading to the world.
Thank you. Another question. Can you recommend more books on women empowerment?
Can I answer this question?
Okay, sure.
Throughout WomanUp Club, we have discussed and read three books: Women Lead the Way, and Leadership Secrets of Hillary Clinton, and the third book was Anatomy of Peace. Three of the books are highly influential and game changers. They can like alter your life to better. Um, yeah, and you can see the world through a different lens, and that the books are so beneficial. I highly recommend you to read three books that I have mentioned, and also if you want to read some books related to feminism, I recommend you to read the books which are written by Robin Sharma and Dale Carnegie, which are beneficial for both males and females to improve their self-confidence, self-esteem, and to be effective leaders.
Thank
So
you. Would
as
you
a
like to add,
Yeah,
Nurhan?
as addition, I want to add one more book. So the name of the book is Educated, and it is written by Tara Westover. So it's based on her life, and her life has been difficult, and it is a book. It is true story about one girl who turns into a female leader from a illiterate girl. She starts going to school when she was 18, yet she coped with achieving a lot during her life. So I really recommend considering about reading this book too, because it has so many recommendations and meaning behind the story that's written.
Thank
Yes.
you. And I think we have a last question about what are you going to contribute to your community as a female leader?
Yes.
Well, everything starts with simple steps, you know. As I said during the presentation, just recommending one girl about the book that we think is well written can be a simple step about women empowerment too. I mean, not everyone can be a dictator or prime minister, so it can start from simple steps. So as I mentioned my experience. I have, as mentioned in the beginning of the presentation, I have my own club at the university. So we have, with other girls, we have opened women, something like WomanUp Club, and we gather with girls and we do some kind of activities. We try to listen to each other, we try to find solutions for the problems of each other, and we try to share the knowledge with each other. So I think it is the first step that I took right now. But as we get more educated and as we get more older, we have more plans and some kind of structures and stages to take in the future to encourage all of the females in our country.
Yeah.
Thank
I'm
you.
so
How about you,
impressed.
Farangis?
Yes. I have both short-term plans and long-term plans to contribute to my country. As a coordinator of Voice of Girls Club, these days I'm implementing new project which is called Smart Girls Project, and we are trying to empower one another. We are finishing a book on a weekly basis, and honestly we are sharing our problems, learning and analyzing the problems that the women in our community are facing. We're trying to find some solutions to problems, and right now I am contributing to the world with this club, and also as a volunteer I'm trying to give back to my community. Furthermore, as to my short-term plans, I'm trying hard to get higher results in IELTS and TOEFL in order to get higher education at a high-ranking university. And I will be the first female in my family to get to study master's degree. And I'm going to reach this goal. And I'm going to study master's on public administration. In the long term, I'm going to become a public I'm going to become a project manager and work for a nonprofit international organization, United Nations, and I want to implement a lot of projects aimed at women empowerment and gender equality. Like in Central Asian countries, I want to do a lot of things throughout my life because my passion is I want every father to be happy when they have a daughter, and also I want every girl to grow up expecting to be leaders, to be presidents, even politics, public speakers. Because of this thing, because of this value, I'm so passionate and compassionate to make a change in the world that I'm living.
Thank you so much. These are really great points. And with that, I would like to wrap up our today's session. That was the last question. And I want to wish you best of luck in all your future projects and plans. Thank you so much for coming and being our great speakers for our special edition session today. And I want to thank everyone who joined us and watched and asked questions. And thank you. See you all in our next Live Talks.
Thank
Thank
you.
you a lot. Thanks.
Bye.
Bye.
Goodbye.